All right. What's up, everyone? How are we doing today? Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Let's go ahead and switch over, get the music going, and jump right into it. Let's see. Give me something good. I'll take that. All right, let's do the thing. Let me pop out chat. And then, where is... Come on. Guys, I swear I'm usually more organized than this. Let's see. Okay. Base game outro. What's up? Oh, the lighting is not as good as I thought it was going to be. How you guys doing? I will fix that here shortly. Let's see. Let's go ahead and say hello. BetaBot, how you doing, my friend? Let's see. I think this bull run will top out in October of 2024. Interesting idea. We can definitely talk about that more if you would like. Let's see. Alif, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Some big coins show that. Let's see. Who else? Victor, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I know I started a little bit early, guys. Unfortunately, I was supposed to be somewhere in a little bit. I might still be. There's stuff going on in the background that I'm kind of like on call for. So nothing serious. Just waiting for an update from someone. That's why I was starting a little bit late to the stream, but on the phone with them, just trying to get more information. I'll explain more probably at a different time. It's like I said, it's nothing serious. I just might have to be somewhere soon-ish. But we'll definitely, it's not going to affect the stream, but I just started it early just in case, but I might not even have to leave at my desired time. So maybe I'll stick around. If not, I'll most likely start working on the content. Let's go ahead and talk about that, but let's go ahead and switch over first. So first things first, good to see you guys. You guys are doing well. Dua King is playing Daisy. So, oh, you can't, guys can't see that. Let's see. Let's do. I'm trying to find where I put the. Okay. So before we get started, I would like to go ahead and talk about today's sponsor. Introduce you guys to today's sponsor and the stream sponsor, which is Fairdesk. So if you guys are interested in trying out a new exchange, obviously, if you guys, it's been a little while now since it's been implemented, but Bybit has gone full KYC. My opinion, Bybit was the notorious exchange that's been around for a while. I would say I can't remember how long I've been personally using Bybit, but Bybit was a great exchange for a very long time. And unfortunately, if you're living in the US or a country that isn't allowed to use Bybit, you're gonna have to look for other options. So Fairdesk has all the tools that you'll need as ABC traders. I keep forgetting to do this. I'm gonna make a note of this right now. But Fairdesk will be implemented into Trigger Trade as of hopefully soon. I haven't really spoken to William in a while, but hopefully here soon. I'll definitely let you guys know once that is the case, but hopefully sooner than later. And also, well, actually, that's today's sponsor for the stream and for the channel. So I do appreciate it if you guys would go ahead and sign up and deposit. That does come back and support me in the channel, so I would greatly appreciate it. If you have already, thanks again. And I always say this, and I will continue to say this regardless of if I'm ever sponsored by another exchange in the near future, but always only put in money that is only a fraction of your entire portfolio. Only put in what you need to trade with, take a couple trades with, be able to give you a little bit of flexibility, and if you need to deposit more, go ahead and do so, regardless of any exchange, even with Bybit. On my main stack, I never ever put my entire portfolio into this. Now I know you guys are thinking, you see 10K in this account. Promise you guys, I am well aware of the risk that I'm taking, but I am showing you guys basically the account growth. It's gonna be a lot easier for me to do so, and as well as I moved my small account onto my cellular device. So I will flash that. I'll probably find a way to get it on screen. I used to have like a software that would stream my screen. I'll probably have to download that again and start using it. But you know, I'm in some trades. Maybe if you guys can see that. I love how well, if you can't see the green because it's, you know, it's green, but I'm in an algo trade, BTC trade, ETH trade, and as well as I'm in a couple trades here on the swing account as well. So definitely go check that out. Like I said, it comes back and supports me, so I would greatly appreciate it. And also I would like to talk about one other thing as well. If you guys are interested in getting more information from me, as well as my good friend Kite, we are both hosting a channel together, which is called Beyond the Wicks. Kite uploaded his second video, so guys, definitely go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up here now. So this was a fantastic video. How to bounce back from losses. Kite did a fantastic job. I need to start working on more content. The goal is probably going to upload a video maybe once. Each of us is going to upload a video once a week, perhaps more if something relevant comes up. But that's the goal, to kind of, you know, give you guys more informative content, a little bit different from the live streaming. You know, the live streaming is great for getting up-to-date analysis, up-to-date thoughts on what I'm thinking or what Kite's thinking. And from there, you know, we're going to combine forces and start implementing that into this channel. If you guys haven't checked this out already, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll talk about it more later on in the stream, but just want to let you guys know, if you guys are interested in getting more informative content from myself and my friend Kite, I think he does a great job. And, you know, I got to work on my video editing skills and my backgrounds and all that stuff. I have stuff in the works that I'm trying to get a better setup for myself. It was not bad, just a little bit over compressed in my opinion, especially when you look at this video. Kite kind of rendered this a little bit differently and it turned out really good. So definitely go check that out. Would appreciate it, as well as my co-host Kite would also appreciate it. So yeah, very excited for the Beyond the Wicks channel. Hopefully we can help you guys as much as we can by combining two big brains into one. All right, so let's talk TA. I haven't caught up with chat in a little while. Let's go ahead and see. You going on around the blockchain later? No, Alif, I haven't. No, I don't know what that is. Unless they're expecting me, which in that case, maybe they're getting another Johnny Crypto. I have no idea what that is. Yo, I am late. No worries, you may. I know I'm starting a little bit early. You know, just trying to accommodate for schedule changes, but thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. Mark C, good to see you as well, brother. Thank you again for stopping in or tuning in. I don't know why I'm mixing up my words today. I do that a lot sometimes, but some days are better than others. But good to see you. Sky Knight, what's up? Will you stop trading ABCs? That is a great question. Let me address that later on, because that is a little bit more of a, I guess, longer answer I can give, which I do want to give. But let's go over the TA first. I promise, just remind me, or someone remind me once we're done to talk about that, and I promise I will go over it. First things first, starting off with a clean slate. Pretty much, you know, we're just going to start off with the macro this time. We're going to start from the end of the bull market, beginning of the bear market. All right, and within this region, our goal is to look at this and see, you know, what the next possible step is. In order for us to do that, we need to figure out what price is developing or what price has developed. In this case, we have an A to a B to a C, with an A to a B to a C here. In my opinion, this is a fantastic setup to complete a possible larger downtrend. In my opinion, this is a very good bullish case you can make for Bitcoin. I think if you presented this as an argument to say, hey, things are looking pretty good as a bottom, or for this region to be a bottom, I can't necessarily argue that. But we got to play both sides of the coin here. All right, what is the caveat to this? The other side of this is that maybe this ABC is part of a much larger possible A wave. If that's the case, this can be broken down into a larger B. All right, and if we have an A, we have a B, we most likely need a C. In order for us to get a C wave, we need to get a lower low past 15.6K. Now, do I think that this is going to, how do I say this? Do I think it's, if this does happen, that we're going to reach 10K below 10K? Possible. I'm not really too keen on figuring out where exactly price is going to go. But what I will say is that all we really need is a slight wick past that previous low, and that's it. That's all we need. We don't necessarily need to form candle closes in that region. We don't need to hit certain targets. As long as that's completed, in my opinion, that is a very, very bullish case for Bitcoin if we can get back above once you put in that lower low. So my thing is, that is the extreme on both sides. All right, we had the extreme on the bullish side where this is the bottom, we don't get any sort of larger pullback, we just keep going. That's my bullish side. Bearish side is that maybe this is the beginning, or this is part of a larger picture that we're not necessarily accounting for, which I also think is a viable option. The in-between scenario that I have is that maybe this is the bottom, all right, and we go ahead and put in some sort of A to a larger B to we do pull back and test different areas of support and then continue up. That's a good in-between case as well. It really depends on how far or how long this downtrend is dragged on for. We can still go ahead and put in a larger downtrend and not put in new lows, and that would still be enough to consider a larger A to a B to a C. So for me, that is what I'm working with. In my opinion, that is a good middle ground to where we do need to see a pullback, guys. Like, to me, what we have going on here is a nice pullback, but it's not significant by any means. I honestly think we need to put in a much larger elongated downtrend, test larger areas of support, form nice, how do I say this, a nice bottoming maybe structure, but just signs that we may have bottomed. We don't know that yet. We have to wait until price develops and gives us the opportunity, or at least gives us a sign that we can bottom out. And at the moment, I don't really see that in the larger picture, the grand scheme of things. The most important thing to keep an eye on when we talk about this is understanding if the bottom is in, is understanding where we are in the timeline, right? I don't necessarily talk about time too often. I don't really look for certain time projections, fib time, which I think is, which is pretty funny in my opinion. I never ever expected to do Fibonacci on time sequences. But in my opinion, as long as we're a couple months before the halving, we have no reason to be overly optimistic about being extra bullish, in my opinion. To say that we're going to put it any all-time highs anytime soon I think it's a little bit of a stretch. I think you should definitely reconsider some things, just because that's never happened before. We've never put in all-time highs before the halving. Even still, with the halving, when the halving takes place, it usually takes a couple months after to actually put in new all-time highs. So just for timing's sake, that's the only thing I will consider when it comes to timing. I don't really look at anything else besides that. So just from a timing perspective, as well as understanding where we are in price action, I definitely think signs point to, if not more sideways action, down. I just don't see any new all-time highs being put in anytime soon. In my opinion, if you want to make a bullish case, maybe we go ahead and test 48K. But that's like the ultimate level of resistance, in my opinion. I really don't see that breaking. Maybe we go ahead and test it, put in a slight wick, but I don't really think that we can be overly bullish, in my opinion. It just doesn't make sense to me. But if I'm wrong, I will fall on that sword. And to be honest, if that is the case, I am going to be a little bit worried. We'll talk about that if that ever happens. But keeping the larger perspective in mind, understanding what is possible, right? What we could be looking at. I don't know why that was a tongue twister for me. When we go to a little bit of a smaller time frame, the time frame usually trade. All right, I am in two different positions. All right, and these positions are anticipating any of those larger perspectives that we talked about, whether it's the bullish case or the bearish case. All right, bullish case, we have an A to a B to a C. As long as they're above, oh, I was way off in that wick. All right, long as we're above about 26,950, that is going to be the bullish pivot for me. You can see we've been dancing around this region. This level is being respected as support, in my opinion. So for me, if we can hold above that, definitely a good sign for sure to the upside. Caveat to that is that if we can stay below and maintain below, all right, 29,225, that will also be a bearish pivot that we have to kind of keep in mind if we do continue to pump. If we get rejected off of that level, I think that it definitely can mean that we can go ahead and test lower. Ultimately, I'm looking for a significant direction on either side at this point. We formed a good pullback with consolidation. It definitely seems like price is building up to something. Now, as you can tell by the title, the question is this Bitcoin pump going to be bullish? I don't know entirely, but if you are going to play the case for the bullish side, I definitely think that's good. But as I'm not too convinced yet. This is a small move on the grand scheme of things. I need to see a much larger direction or much larger swing in either direction for me to kind of get more of a directional bias. But once we keep those positions in mind, all right, we have to look at the resistances and the support levels below and above us. Ultimately, I know we talked about this one, which is something I will continue to keep my eye on. But we have a good resistance support flip here. So you can see we have resistance. All right, and eventually if we do come back down, I'm looking for this to be tested as support. If we fail that, I'll be honest, the next logical the next logical level for me to go ahead and see be tested around 19.5. So gotta take it one step at a time. If that breaks 16.1, ultimately the lower low at around 15,450. So that's what we have below us. Above us, we have the entry at 29,228. We have the resistance at about 31, and going back, we also have one more, I would say, significant resistance at around 32,470. If that is broken, all right, if we break through this resistance to the upside, then we can start talking about 48K. But there's a lot of steps in between, in my opinion. We can't just jump to conclusions yet. So I'm taking this long trade anticipating much higher, as well as I'm taking the short trade to anticipate much lower. And hopefully we can play the larger swing regardless of what happens. I have shorts and longs open on both sides. At the end of the day, I will be walking away with profit. So very exciting, even though price has been kind of boring recently. That's the main picture. That's the main scope of this. Let's see. ABC for life. What are your thoughts on the debt ceiling? Pretty much my overall thoughts on the debt ceiling is that if we do not raise the debt ceiling, I think that is bad. Regardless, it's bad. If we do raise the debt ceiling, it's bad, but I think it will be even worse if we don't. Because you have to understand that the economy flows off of loans, right? It's not money printing, right? It is loans. So if we can't take out any more debt, what does that lead us? We're capped, right? I think, in my opinion, circulating money supply isn't a bad thing, right? Printing money isn't a bad thing. When you print money in excessiveness like we have recently, yes, that is bad. But in my overall opinion on money printing is that only a fraction goes towards, fractional reserves. The rest is just constantly being circulated into loans. And obviously with the higher interest rates, it makes it harder to get loans. The economy is kind of slowing down because of the lack of loans. Ultimately, at the end of the day, debt is what makes the country run. So if we do not increase the debt ceiling, I think it's going to be a lot worse than if we do actually increase the debt ceiling. One of my opinions when it comes to, I guess, my monetary policy thoughts, or what I think, how the economy is, I think something that everyone overlooks is two things. One, if things get bad, not a shot. All right. People think that when things get bad, we're going to be bartering cigarettes and toilet paper. No, we're not Venezuela. All right. We are responsible for over 40% of the world's GDP. All All right, we are the #1 economy for a reason. All right, and we will continue to do that. And obviously, you can kind of dive into conspiracies about, you know, how the U.S. Basically forces countries to take debt against the U.S., helping the U.S. make money. Yes, that's part of it as well. But at the end of the day, money helps the human race evolve. All right, I think that money that's being circulated into the system is good. There's also bad parts of it, but I also think there's good parts of it. We're looking at building renewable sources of energy, which we can't use unless we have money invested. Advances in medicine. Eventually, you know, humans are going to be living a lot longer, perhaps, you know, forever. I wouldn't say forever anytime soon, but, you know, our lifespan is going to be able to increase significantly, probably within the next 50 years. Advances in medicine is going to be pretty significant in the next century, I would think. You know, I know the cure for AIDS was a huge deal. Pretty soon we're going to be coming up with a cure for cancer, other illnesses. If you think that we're never going to be able to cure cancer, I don't know what to say, because yes, I know there's money. It's companies make more money keeping people sick than healing them. But eventually I think that tide is going to shift. It's all about keeping the human species alive at the end of the day, even though as greedy as corporations are. I can go on about this all day. But at the end of the day, I think money circulating in the system, creating new money, is basically, it goes back to the concept of money cannot be created, or sorry, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be moved around. I don't know the exact quote. I'm sure there's more to it, but basically it's energy's being transferred. It's the same thing with money. Once money is created, technically it wasn't really created from, how do I say this? I'm not really focused on how it was created. I'm more focused on where it goes to. All right. Money is constantly being flowed into the ecosystem of not just the US, but humanity. And I think that fuels progression in society. So think of that as you will. That's like my opinion. So debt ceiling, if we don't increase the debt ceiling, really bad. If we increase the debt ceiling, bad. Think of it as a lesser of two evils kind of thing. Let's see. Mark Z, bottom is in. I know you're permeable, Mark, but never say never. That's all I'm going to say. I can't pronounce that. Channel indicator says we are ready to go. We'll see. Hey, Johnny, great to be here. No, I'm not into patterns, but when I was on 12 hour, I saw a big cup and handle. Yeah, I could see that. I see 88K, then a large retrace on a larger time frame than 100K. Like I said, just if you're thinking that's gonna happen anytime soon, maybe Mark in the near future, but anything before pre-halving, I just think that's a stretch. That is a stretch. Just like 2017, the top to bottom took 12 months. Happen again if we retest our lows and don't go lower. V shape. Yeah, like a larger double bottom or a larger Adam and Eve. Is 1735 local support for ETH? We'll definitely take a look at that. Did you finish Zeitgeist with Kite? Yes, I did finish that, Grant Calvin. That's the reason why I'm able to talk about it, because I have a little bit more of an understanding of how money flows. I have my own little twist on it, my own little personal opinion. Is it backed up by 100% facts? No, that's just my thoughts mixed in with what I know. Money makes the world go around. Exactly, Tom. Exactly. But good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's go to ETH. I'm sorry I got distracted with that question. That was a great question, though. All right, so would you ask for 1735? Yeah, you can. I would say you can move 1735 to a local support. Yes, absolutely. So for ETH, pretty much same thing. I'm long off of 1781. If you continue to hold that, ultimately, I'm looking for a much higher, much larger picture. As well as if you want to play the bearish side, I am looking for a larger retracement to the downside. I think one of the biggest mistakes I've made as a trader recently when it comes to trading ABCs is not keeping an open mind and only looking for one direction. Even though this bearish ABC is slapping me right in the face, like you cannot miss this. All right. I'd say always try to look at both sides. If you can make a plan that can play into the opposite idea of what you have, go for it. Am I taking long just because, you know, I'm trying to play devil's advocate? No, I'm waiting for the setup to form. I'm waiting for the opportunities to come. If price will allow me to, you know, get into a trade that I can potentially play into the longer term, I'll absolutely take it. So going into that, you know, I'm long off of 1781 as well as short from 2030. To me, this is the clearest day ABC, right? This is a bearish ABC. Not good. In my opinion, this has a more significance than the 1781 position, but like I said, I'm playing into the larger picture, trying to play into the larger possibility of what could happen. And if you want to look at things from a larger perspective, which we can go ahead and zoom out on, bearish side is that we have to go ahead and test some levels of support. You know, we have 1735, then we have 1686, then back down to 1366, 1070, and eventually 878. To the upside, we have a little bit less resistance on the way up, but 2030, if not 2147, and if we can break that, ultimately, you know, ETH has pretty much no significant resistance, in my opinion, until we get to about 3582. That's something that I am looking for on the larger term if we do continue to the upside. So for me, that's what I'm most likely looking at as a larger case scenario for both directions. All right, either we go ahead and test some lower areas of support for ETH. I would say a viable area would be anywhere from 1366 to 1070. Do I think we're going to test 878? Possibly. That's more the most bearish case scenario for me. I think not too many people will see it coming, in my opinion. I think it's going to shock a lot of people if we do end up, you know, going straight down to 878, but we'll have to just wait and see what happens. BetaBot, hi, I am back. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. Oh, sorry. Good to see you. I don't know why I said that. I had that internal monologue in my head saying that you said that to me, so I was saying it back. Do you include unrealized gains to calculate margin when entering into a new trade? No, you meant no. Only include the free margin you have. So, for example, all right, let's say you have $1,000, all right, and let's say you're in profit. Let's say you're up to, let's say you're on a couple trades. Let's say you're up in profit. What I would do, just to make things simple. Let's say you're up 10% on that. It's $100. All right, you do not include that when taking the next trade because your size will go up. You only raise that number if you actually close a trade in profit. Right? Until that profit is realized, do not equate that to your calculator. You should be doing the opposite. So let's say you have $1,000, right? And then let's say you lost $20. Let's do this to make this simple. All right, 20, or say you took a trade. When you take a trade and you adjust the calculator, always adjust it as if you are already taking the loss, right? Just write it off as a loss. Even if you're heavily in profit, do not incorporate that into your margin when you're adjusting your calculator. Always adjust as you take positions and always assume that you lose those positions. So, you know, if you go down to 980, all right, 1960, I like to just round down. So if you're at 1960, just, you know, risk $19, minus 19, 961, etc. And if you ever take profits off the table, then you can roll it into what you have going on at the moment or going on after, you know, however long you took that position. That was a great question. I'm going to go turn off my AC because this thing is making me very chilly. Not the good kind. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, thank you, of course, my friend. Of course, hope that helps. So let's do. I want to go back to. Actually, no, I'm not done yet. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I do a lot better of a job sticking to the material first. Don't worry, Sky Knight, if you're still here, I still want to answer that question. I still have it in my head. For LTC, pretty much it comes down to two different scenarios. Either we get an ABC to the upside, you take a trade at about 105. That's a good short position. Or if we do not put in a higher high just yet, we can still come back down, put in a larger A to a B to a C here. All right. And then still target 106. So it really depends on exactly what happens next. Those are the two main levels I'm looking for. I'm not looking to take any trades until we get to those regions. That's pretty much it for LTC. If you guys want me to look at something, let me know. To make sure, did I miss anything? Okay, cool. ADA I'll do. 88, same thing. I'm still holding shorts. I'm in no long positions. Long as we're below 42.18, that is a short pivot for me. So I'm holding that entry and I will continue to hold it. Algo, I'm in a long position on. You can see it's kind of fighting around support. So it's off of this larger ABC. A to a B to a C. You guys should be able to see that, right? Yep. All right, A to B to a C. So long as we're above 15.95, that is a good long entry for me. I think of what else. ADA, BCH, Matic. Matic hasn't really put in anything significant. XRP. I'm not. I did not take this trade. All right. If you guys wanted to take that position, you could. You'd be sitting pretty heavily in profit, or at least decently in profit, I would say. I think that's everything. Is it AXD or AXS beta bot? I'm pretty sure I know what you mean with AXS, but just clarify that for me. Contracts, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Just in time. Sorry, I brought up XRP and here you are. Nothing much has really changed with XRP. 42.93. As long as we can maintain above that, in my opinion, that's a good bullish entry. I really don't have anything else for XRP at the moment. Yes, I just saw it. AX. Okay. No worries, BetaBot. No worries. All right. Looks like it's still fighting around that entry area. If we continue to hold above that, this is off the table. Well, actually, that's a resistance level, but that would be a good setup if you want to take that. If not, if we fail, we have a larger ABC below it. That's pretty much it. That gives you two main entries, and that's all really. Let's see. But yeah, beta, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, it's just a waiting game at this point. Let's see contracts. Don't you think at that zone we can go to a lower low? It's possible contracts. That is the most bearish case scenario. Most bearish case scenario, in my opinion, for XRP is something like this. That is the worst case scenario. There is a decent amount of support. There's also a decent amount of resistance above. So I definitely think that it's possible. Am I banking on that? I can't really make that decision, but for me, that's the worst case scenario for XRP. Best case scenario is that we find support off of that ABC, test of resistances, but if we break that, 91's the next target, and if we break that, 142. Below 40 cents A from March 29th. Okay, yeah. If you're looking at that one, definitely possible contracts. Absolutely, definitely possible. I need to sneeze. That one hurt my eyes. Hold on a second. That was rough. Avru, how you doing, my friend? Sorry, I usually like to mute the mic before I do that. I just haven't. It was too quick for me. God bless you. Thank you so much. But I'm talking more in the short term. New lows in the short term. Yes, that's possible. I think I know what you're talking about. We're looking at things from an ABC perspective. that would be a decent setup. If you can get that, I would consider that a decent entry. Let's do the comparison. Yeah, that's what I would go with. Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be the new setup. But yeah. All right. Let's talk about Sky Knight. If you're still in here, I didn't forget about you. I pretty much got all the tea out of the way, so I want to talk about that. So Sky Knight before asked, will you stop trading ABCs? So one of the things I will consider, right, is yes, I think at some point ABCs will become less relevant, but let me explain why I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Right. So when it comes to ABCs, the goal is to, as someone who's part of a minority of, I guess, of traders and how they approach things, I like to keep in mind how the majority thinks. And it's something that we talk about, you know, in the Beyond the Wicks video. If you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, I will definitely consider making content about it. Let me know if you guys, I do talk about this in this video. So if you guys are interested, go check that out. I also posted this video in my channel. Something we're doing for a little while now, or we're going to be doing as of now, is we're going to be posting the videos on our main channel and the Beyond the Wicks channel. Eventually that's going to stop and we're just going to be focusing on Beyond the Wicks. But one of the key concepts I talk about is understanding how the majority trade, right? And when you're first starting out, this is how I started out, is that we like to establish, you know, let's say areas of support and resistance. All right, let's say we're coming off of a range. Something like that. All right. So what the majority loves to do, or at least beginner traders, is take breakout trades. Right? They'll take long positions once price breaks above this pivot here. Right? And what they'll do is they'll take shorts, breakout shorts, if that is the case. Now, do breakouts work? Sometimes. Right? Sometimes they work. The only thing to consider is that it's optimal to take breakouts in a certain type of environment. In my opinion, now is not the time. Oh, come on. Okay, sorry about that. So, long story short is that I know a lot of people like to take breakout trades regardless of what direction. And what'll happen is it'll trap liquidity in these regions. Right? So you'll have positions. Let's go back to that same drawing that I had. Right? You'll have trap liquidity in this region. Right? And it'll force basically people to, well, not force, but people will get trapped in longs above this region. What'll end up happening is big money likes to sell. And what this will do is this will create a snowball effect. Now, what the snowball effect is pretty much understanding that, hey, when traders are liquidated or stops are being hit, they are forced to either sell or buy back into the market, depending on which direction. In this case, if they're longing up here and they're getting trapped and price is pulling lower, they are forced to basically sell their positions and sell into Bitcoin. What this happen, or what this does, this creates a, I guess, you know, the snowball effect that I mentioned earlier, is that big money will sell into these regions, forcing price down, and basically retail traders and people who have their positions locked up in those higher regions are forced to sell. This creates a snowball effect. This is why you get larger periods or larger swings in price action on the opposite direction. Can be applied to BTC. Let's say at the low down here. So what happens is people get very bearish when it comes to this wave. This is coming off the FTX news. Everyone's freaking out. People losing a lot of money. You get a nice retracement. All right. People are looking for this level to break, and they're looking for 10K. They're looking for crazy low numbers. Well, while that's happening, what actual big money is doing is they're buying into these regions while people are basically taking breakout shorts below that support. It creates areas of liquidity, trapped positions. As money is being bought up into this region, or sorry, as prices move up into this region, big whales is pretty much riding the wave. They're buying down here, maybe buying into the momentum of this, or maybe waiting for a pullback. It's possible. But what ends up happening is creates trap positions, shorts get liquidated, or their stops get hit, forces them to buy back into these positions, creates buying momentum, and boom, this is how you get these larger swings. On top of, you know, overall larger price action, what could be going on can help fuel this. But really what it comes down to is trapping positions on either side. This is what creates these larger moves. So the question is, will beginner trade, if beginner traders basically stop playing into these markets, there's a chance that maybe ABCs won't work. But in my opinion, I don't see that happening anytime soon. That's just my opinion. You know, we're playing against the herd. The herd will always be there, or at least will continue to be there for a very long time. And this game is a zero-sum game. You know, we take from those who are less informed than we are. Or we take money from those who make bad trades. It's vice versa. If we make bad trades, we lose, we give to someone else. So at the end, we're all competing. This is another concept that is talked about in maybe on the Witch channel. All right, Kite does a great job of explaining this in his new video, so definitely go ahead and check that out. All right, I'm trying to get him to add more graphics to his videos. I did this for him. I just added like little, you know, funny GIFs. But yeah, go ahead, and once you understand that concept, it's hard to stray away from that. That's the reason why I am very, how do I say this? I am very dedicated to ABCs because I understand why it works. Breakout trades work well in a bull market is starting, not a bear market. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. When price does get to that bullish region to where we're post halvening, a couple months after the halvening, price is breaking new resist or breaking previous resistances. Yes, then I'll go ahead and start breakout trading. But we're just not in that region yet. So breakouts work better with high volume on larger time frames. Thanks for the stream. Gotta go now. Thank you so much, BetaBot. And Tom, yeah, I think it really depends on where the market's at, in my opinion. Wait, so why would you stop trading ABCs? I would stop trading ABCs if that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. But given what I just said, do you guys think that's really going to be the case? I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Maybe in the long run, maybe when markets are more stable, maybe even trading becomes less irrelevant. I don't think that'll ever be the case, but never say never. So until that system breaks or until that system changes, I have no reason to deviate from the ABC method. But the question is it really going to deviate? Curious, what will the new Discord merge with you and Kite be like? So we haven't really thought about this too much because this is still kind of very far ahead. But the goal with so I'm gonna give shout out and credit to where credit is due. I've got this idea from David Tech. All right, David Tech has a great community. Shout out to him. He's a great algo trader. He's a great programmer. He's a great YouTuber. He's very good at what he does. And one of the things I've noticed is a couple things. I'm not trying to steal business models or anything, but one of the things I noticed is that when you bring different aspects to trading together, So he has me. He has different strategies. Vlad does his thing. I don't know if you guys know who Mr. Wonder is in David's chat. I haven't seen him post in a while. But at the moment, he has the manual trading stuff, which is I go over, and he focuses on algorithm trading. Now, I know algo trading and bots are a lot more popular than what we do, but I think the main thing I got from this is understanding that it's nice to have an information hub, right? It's nice to have like-minded creators, like-minded traders, everyone kind of join in one community. When Kite and I were first talking about this, basically, the main part of this is like, if we're both doing the exact same thing, if we're both talking about the exact same thing, why not combine forces and kind of focus on getting the message out? And basically, I started out as Kite's student. Now, am I as good as Kite? I would say yes in some aspects. Some things I still need to work on. Overall, I think I am on par with Kite. All right. I've been doing this for a very long time. I studied for a very long time. I put in a lot of work, put in a lot of hours. And I honestly can say that I'm at the level where I can do this comfortably. Let's say, this would be terrible, God forbid, but if something happened tomorrow where Kite just disappears, he drops dead, or even if he moves to an island in the middle of nowhere, I'd be able to do this comfortably on my own because I know trading pretty well. And that's my goal. It's more of the student becoming the sensei, but also still having the sensei. So Kite is the teacher, ultimate, I'd say the best person to get your trading information from. I'm not that far below him. I'm still working on kind of presenting things better, but I get the message. We just kind of do things a little bit differently. So for me, I want to be more of an example to you guys, right? I want to show you guys that you guys can become a good trader, get to the level that I'm at, get to the level where Kite's at. It takes time, dedication, learning, reading, practice, all the above. But it's possible. So I think that's where we kind of got the idea of combining, was that, and allowing you guys the opportunity to do the same. My goal is to get you guys to do this on your own. If you guys want to be a part of a community that also thinks alike, why not? One of the other things that we're going to be doing as well is implementing like one-on-ones. You guys can schedule something with me, schedule something with Kite. That's gonna be down the road. We're gonna be doing Zoom calls for. I have a really, really strong feeling that the channel is gonna do very well. I mean, you just look at what it's at right now. Let's see if we got 240. I don't know why this is not loading. I'll wait for it to load. Am I still here, guys? Yeah, it says I'm still here. All right, cool. But one of the things that was a common goal for all of us. Oh, we didn't get to 140 yet. But we've only uploaded 3 videos. Kite's video has got over 1,000 views. My video is doing decent. I have a very, very strong feeling when it comes to this. This channel is doing a lot better than my channel already when I first started. So I think as we continue to grow, I think showing good information, I don't know why I'm holding my AirPods, but providing good information in pre-recorded content, I think sticks better in my opinion. And I think eventually we'll be able to grow a community from that. So it's basically gonna be the same. I'm sorry, that was a big answer for everything, but it's gonna be almost the same like my Discord is or Kite's Discord is. We're just gonna combine forces, allow you guys to get constant stream of information regarding if it's from me or from him. Allow you guys to ask questions, as well as build a larger community. As much as I love my guys in my Discord, shout out if you guys are there. If you guys are in my group but not part of Kite's group, you can benefit from Kite as well as me. If people are in Kite's group and not in my group, hopefully they can learn something and benefit from me. So it's instead of, you know, fighting for the same on two different teams, you know, on the same, going towards the same objective, the same goal, why not just combine the two? And the goal is, to be honest, I think the goal, I'm going to be a little bit reaching for the stars here, but I think we're on a good path to really make a dent in YouTube, in the YouTube space. I honestly really think we have a good chance. Because it's a combination of different things. One, understanding that 95% of what is out there is pretty much just dog shit, to be, you know, clear with you guys. And I honestly think that if you can get the good message across to a large platform, that is what is going to succeed. And we both have the same goals, same ideas, same message, you know, maybe packaged a little bit differently. But going back to what I said before, is because 95% is of 95% of what is out there is, you know, BS, dog shit, etc. And these channels are doing fantastic when it comes to viewership, subscribers, revenue, etc. I don't see why we can get to that level, if not surpass them. So I have a lot of things in mind when it comes to what I want, and so does Kite. I don't think that we're both really wanted to do something like this in the beginning, but after talking about it for a little bit and also being able to benefit from it, you know, because at the end of the day, it is about making money as well. We know we want to get the message across, but also be able to benefit from it. So it's an exchange of value. I think his mindset on this has shifted. I've always been on that side. I know he was against a lot of certain things. I think he's kind of in the middle, if not willing to do different things. It's because at the end of the day, it's helping you guys out. That's literally the main goal of this channel. So Sky Knight, I'm sorry that would take a long time to answer your question, but that's pretty much it. Imagine both of our discords combined into one mega discord, and also allowing you guys to get the best of both of us. Some of you guys might have your favorites. I feel like how do I say this? Kite is very good at presenting information. That's something I have to get better at, which I talked about before. But I think, in my opinion, getting to where I'm at is like a stepping stone. So in order, you just can't skip steps. Eventually, the goal is to be able to get to where I'm at, eventually get up to where Kite's at. So I want to be a good bridge for that. My guess, in a bull market, there would be less bullish ABC, so breakout strategy would be a better choice. You admit, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. We're just not there yet. I tried so many different trading strats, from scalp to swing, market cipher to volume breakouts, etc. I keep coming back to ABC strat for swing trading, as I don't have to be 24/7 on the computer. That's another thing too. Like, you know, we preach ABCs because it fits a lot of different lifestyles. It's more of a backseat approach. It allows you to live your life. Now, is it going to be the most profitable strategy out there? No, but it's going to be the most consistent. And this is something that Kite talks about in this video. Like, this is such a good video, guys. Go ahead and check this out. If you guys haven't seen this, this will keep you from being the best trader. It's basically talking about becoming a slave to the market, right? You get to a point to where you're either on two ends of the spectrum. Either you're fighting the market every day to make your money back that you lost, or if you're doing really well, you want to keep doing well, if not do better. So you're constantly enslaving yourself to the market in order to make a lot more money. It's about finding a good middle ground in between the two. Great video by Kite. Yeah. And also, you know, how to bounce back. It's a fantastic trade. And I always downplay myself. I think this is a good video regardless. I have other ideas of stuff I want to talk about, which is probably something I'm going to do in my spare time, when it comes to I think after I get off stream today, I'm going to start focusing on how I'm going to prepare that video and get that video out as fast as I can. So yeah. Logo is needed ASAP. LA87. I definitely agree. We're working on that at the moment. I have a couple ideas of what I want. Kite's almost on the same page when it comes to that. I wanted it to be something minimalistic, a little bit, you know, still be nice, but not over the top. We have a couple different ideas. We're working on getting that situated at the moment. It's just a matter of when. Try to think of what else. Yeah. Can we just call Kite KJ now? You can't Kite G. Yeah, if you want to. That'd be pretty funny, actually. And also, we're like, one of the things that we're doing is that we're using this as an outro.
Please let us know in the comments. I appreciate you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
This is terribly important to understand Buddhism. Because the better you get, the more you go up to the Deva world.
That is a fantastic Alan Watts quote. So if you guys, watch any of the videos, stick to the end, listen to what Alan Watts has to say. He talks about this in the first video, and I think this is going to be our outro from now on. And the Jesus meme is hilarious. Crypto Jesus. Yeah, exactly. Crypto Jesus. Instead of KJ, do CJ. Call him CJ. What are we at timeline wise? An hour. All right, let's give it a few more minutes. Because like I said, I do have to kind of go at a reasonable time today. I mean, it's only going to be, if anything, like half an hour earlier than when I usually leave. But I'll give it a few. If you guys want to ask any questions, please feel free to ask. All right, let's go play some Wordle. Do not go to Wordle.com. Messed that up too many times. The only time I go down to a 5-minute time frame is when we play Wordle. I believe, wow, that's the first time audio did not give me at least a yellow letter. Ooh, this is not good. What do you guys think? The fact that it doesn't have an A is very surprising. Bench, just trying some of the letters. Yeah, bench is a good one, Victor. That's a good guess. All right, so there's a C, there's an E. The C, I would probably say, is probably in the beginning. Crest. I think crest is a good one. Okay. So it's the R is not the second letter. We got the C and the E right. There's no H. CL. Clerk. That's a good one, Victor. That's a really good one. You the man, Victor. You the man. Awesome. That was a great guess. Woohoo. That was good. Thank you so much, Victor. Thanks for the help. Thank you guys as well. So guys, I'm gonna start wrapping things up. So guys, please guys, if you guys haven't subscribed to the Beyond the Wix channel, we're trying to make this a real thing. I'm very excited to do so. Like I said, I'm probably gonna be doing my video here soon. We're probably gonna be doing, like I said, twice a week, unless Kite just goes on a streak and just wants to keep cranking them out. If he does that, I do have to keep up with him. So I will be definitely getting that out, hopefully here soon. Let's go watch some Beyond the Wix videos.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Austin from the Beyond the Wix YouTube channel, and the title is clickbait. I'm sorry. All right, because the title itself says how to bounce back from losses.
But yeah, guys,
And the reason why you don't want to
go check this out.
is it makes it sound like losses are something that's
Kite does a
bad,
very good
nothing's
job
gonna happen. And if they do happen, how do you get rid
at
of it?
explaining things. So definitely go check him out. Go check us out. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. Let me get the music back on. But love you guys. Let's go ahead and do the thing. There you go. All right. Let's see. Victor S, thank you for helping me in Wordle, and thank you, sir, for stopping by. I will see you guys on Thursday. If you guys are in David Tech's channel, I will be on his stream on Wednesday. Or tomorrow. I don't know why I said it like that. Tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 UK. Yeah, 5:30 UK. So yeah. Let's see. So Victor S, LA87, Alif, Umit, Sky Knight, Betabot, Tom, Contracts, Aru. Who else is here? If I let's see, Grant Calvin, if you're still here, Tom, Mark Z. If I missed you guys, I'm sorry, but I think I got everyone. Thanks again for watching. We would appreciate it. Well, let's go ahead and do the thing. Get myself in position here. Bye-bye.